for this, just in case we need it later. Find yourself just closing your eyes and maybe even take one or both hands, press the palm into your heart, and ask yourself right here, like, how does my heart feel? This moment of pause that we begin our practice with is always, a sacred moment for us to fully arrive and align head, heart, with whatever is kind of going on outside of this time that we've carved out for ourselves, to honor that and to ceremoniously sort of place it to the side for now. This week's yana is a parigraha, which I think so attunely fits with the sort of celestial energies and the collective energies, meaning, to not grasp at all sides. And it's our practice of enoughness, our practice of not taking more than our fair share, our practice of letting go with the idea of should. Release your hands down to your thighs, maybe the palms come down so that you can feel the warmth of them on your legs. Feel for just a moment your physical form. And softly begin to open the eyes as you take your next inhale. Lower the chin to the chest, lifting the spine a little longer here. Take a slow and steady inhale through your nose, and exhale through your nose. Slowly draw your chin over to the left shoulder. And from here, draw your left ear to your left shoulder, drawing your chin up to the sky. And rock it back, bringing the right ear to the right shoulder. Draw your chin to your right shoulder. Feel the length along the whole left side of your neck. Breathe in. And exhale to circle your chin down to the center of your chest. Inhale to sweep the hands up and look up toward the thumbs. Draw the palms together, lower the thumbs to heart center. Again, with your breath, sweep the arms wide, look up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time, inhale. And lower it down. Pausing here, setting your intention for this practice to just notice where you might be able to pause between stimulation and response. We will play a little bit with moving into and out of balance. And the idea is to help retrain your brain and to release old thought patterns, habitual reactions, and regulate your nervous system by paying attention to your attention. If you'd like to devote this practice to anyone in particular, it can even be yourself. Bring them to mind now. As I mentioned, with this Mercury retrograde and communication breakdown in Aquarius, it's associated with the nervous system, which asks us to slow down, revise, restructure, maybe rework any elements that might need to be reconfigured. So it's not a process of doing and making things into their full form. It's in the planning, it's in the deep network feelings. Take one more breath here collectively. Open the mouth, let it go. Begin to make your way onto hands and knees, taking your time to get there and moving, or organically, intuitively, in any way that kind of feels right as you land. Let that movement start to transform into your cat and cow, and whatever that might look like for you this evening. Notice how it makes you feel to do less. Yeah, take about 3 or so more cycles of breath here. Beginning this conversation between the breath and the body, led by the heart. How does your heart feel? And begin to make your way into a steady, neutral table. Pick up your right hand and reach that arm out straight ahead of you. And extend your left foot back and up into the air. Notice the shift in your pelvis, and can you remain neutral there? What would it take to remain soft in your heart here? Flex into your left ankle, your foot, really maybe even roll that ankle around, roll the right wrist around. Take your next inhale for length, really get long through that whole right side of the arm and the left leg. And as you exhale, bend your right elbow out to the side and your left knee out to the side. What would it take to remain soft in your heart here? Feel your breath. Inhale, take everything long. And exhale, round it underneath you. Tap your elbow to your knee. Good, inhale, take it long. And exhale, return everything to the mat. Regain your center, maybe even a little movement. Steady the breath. And extend your left arm out, right leg out. And ask the same questions here. Where does it feel uneasy? Where does it feel stuck? What would it take to remain soft in the center? Rolling through your wrist and your ankle, breathe in for length. Exhale, elbow and knee bend out to the side. Good, inhale, come on back to center. And exhale, round and curl underneath. Nice. One more to extend long. And exhale, both hands, both knees to the mat. Rock the hips side to side. Tuck the toes under, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk it out here, maybe even allowing less rigidity. Bring in more invitation to move fluidly. Yeah. Some three-legged dogs, good options. Power your palms into the mat. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Hips up just a little higher, maybe even bending into the knees for more length in the spine. Steady the breath. Inhale. Slow exhale. Come high onto your toes. Start to tiptoe your feet to the top of your mat. Coming to ragdoll once you land. Feet can be hip distance or even wider. Grab hold of opposite elbows. Let the head hang so very heavy. And allow the upper body just to get very heavy, very still. Release the fingertips to the earth. Root down through your heels, and as you inhale, flat back. Lengthen through the spine. Hands might be on blocks or your shins. Exhale, soften and fold. Two more just like that with your breath. Take them, inhale. And exhale. Slow and steady rise to half lift. And exhale. Bending deeply into your knees, root down through all four corners of your feet and shoot up tall. Reach the hands high. Exhale, elbows wide. Find a little cactus here. Inhale, reach the hands up. And exhale, high to low cactus. Take it all the way up. Inhale. High to low again. Soften in the heart. One more time. Big inhale. This time, allow the hands to meet behind your hips. Interlacing the fingers. Open through the chest. And as you exhale, bend into the knees. Hinge as you fold forward. Turn the head yes and no. And release the fingertips to the mat. Full breath in for a flat back. Exhale, plant the hands and step back to plank pose. Strong and long here. You can always lower the knees, keeping the toes tucked under to engage all the way down through the heels. Make sure you're not dropping your head. Neck is the extension of the spine. And then take a big inhale. Exhale, everything lands at once. Untuck your toes, little baby low cobra, rise up, press into the tops of the feet. Lengthen the tailbone down toward your heels and see if you can create more space in the chest. Breathe it. Exhale, lower down. Drag your fingertips back, maybe an inch. Press into the tops of the feet, rise up, maybe a little higher. Exhale to come down. Last one, let's come up really high. Glue those elbows into the sides of your ribs. And exhale, come all the way down. Hands underneath the shoulders now. Lift up to your plank. Knees can stay lowered if that helps you. Beautiful. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Walk it out. Sweep the right leg high on your next inhale. Bend the knee and open the hip. Keep the shoulders square to the mat here. Keep energy all the way through that right heel. If you feel like you want to drop it all the way over, take what you need here. You've got 2 more breaths. And with control, make your way back to 3-legged dog. Exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Spin the back heel down just about 45 degrees so that you can keep your hips square. Sweep the hands up for warrior 1. Continuing to drive that right hip back and the left hip forward. Bend deeply into that right knee. Zip up through the low belly. And as you exhale, hands sweep back behind your hips. Interlace the fingers and open through the chest. Take a big breath. Exhale, humble warrior. Drop the right shoulder inside of the right knee. Let the head get heavy, trust your feet. Breathe it slowly in. And as you exhale, release the hands. Reach them straight out in front of you as you lift the chest halfway and pick up the back heel. So now we're in a reaching arrow lunge. Breathe it in. And exhale. Stepping up into warrior 3. Nice and slow. You can tap that left foot down on your way. And then come into strong warrior 3. Any option with your hands is good. You can take them together in front of your heart, reach them out, or sweep them back if that helps you stabilize. How would it feel to do less? Steady inhale. And as you exhale, return the fingertips to the earth. Left foot stays floating. Lengthen the spine here on your next inhale. And as you exhale, tuck and round, the left knee is going to tuck behind the right knee. Little Shiva squat. Inhale to extend. Exhale, tuck and round. One more to expand. And one more to tuck and round. Hold here, hips get low. Left hand stays planted. Take the right hand up to the sky, little twist. Nice. Now keep this twist, your hands stay where they are. Just step the left foot to the back of the mat. Now you're in a twisted lunge. Nice. Breathe in, lengthen through the spine. And allow all 10 toes to point toward the right side of your mat. So you're coming to the outside edge of your left foot, maybe lowering the hips down, coming into a nice outer hip stretch. Breathing in, letting go. One more breath. Make your way all the way back to a lunge, both hands to the earth. Step back, plank pose, and lower as you like. Untuck the toes, open the heart, low, medium, or high cobra here. Exhale to come down, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take a second here to check in. Heart. How is your heart? Pausing here. Giving yourself this extra time in transition allows you to have more control over the response. Take one more inhale. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, lion's breath, let it go. Inhale, sweep the left leg high. Bend the knee and open the hip. Keep actively pressing into both hands. If you're taking the little flip dog, allow the foot to drop. Nice, yeah. All steady meet into that three-legged dog. And step your left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel plants, warrior one with control. Observe along the way. Very nice. Breathe in, lengthen down through the tailbone. Exhale, hands sweep back behind your hips. Open through the heart, maybe even drop the head for a little throat opening. Exhale to bow it in. Get heavy here. Feel strong here, in control here. And release the grip of your hands. Sweep the hands forward as you pick up the back heel. Breathing fully, really plugging that left hip back. I know that left glute is pretty warm, which is why you get to tap the back foot if you like as you soar into warrior three here. Take time to make your decision and then take time to move into that. All variations with your hands, perfectly welcome. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Yes, and so lengthen out through the neck. Nice. Keeping that right foot floating, reach your hands to the earth. Exhale, tuck and round, little Shiva squat, right knee behind the left. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale, round and curl. Last one to take it up. And as you curl it in, this time you stay. Hips get low, right hand plants, left hand to the sky. Find that twist. And then keeping the upper body twisted, just step the right foot to the back of the mat. Choose to stay here or take that outer hip stretch by rolling all 10 toes to that left side of your mat, dropping into the hips. Feel proud in your heart here. Lift with the breath. One more inhale. Keep that right foot active as you lift the hips, sweep it back to center. Step into your plank and take your flow. Pause and observe. Notice here Where may you be taking more than your share? Even in recollection of all of our yamas that we have talked about in the last few weeks, are you being honest with yourself? Would it be more suitable to lower the knees to the earth here for a break? Last couple of breaths here. Are you hoarding your energy or are you evenly dispersing it? Use the breath as the pathway. Steady breath in. Open mouth, lion's breath, let it go. Make your way back to downward facing dog. We will meet you there. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Making your way into warrior one. We'll just pass through. Take that inhale to sweep it high. Exhale, hands sweep back. Inhale, open through the heart. And from here, we're going right into our warrior three. Shift it forward, float the left toes. Keep the hands as they are as you come upright, sweeping your left foot straight ahead. And you can bend into the knee or extend the leg long. Energy all the way through the toes. Lift up through the crown of your head. Release the hands, sweep them up overhead. And from here, we're gonna step all the way back, spin that heel down, open up warrior two. Take a moment to settle your feet exactly where you would like them. Get the hips nice and low. Align the head and the heart directly over your center. Soften the shoulders. Breathe it in. Sink it deeper. Flip the front palm. Let's reverse it nice and long on that whole right side of the body. And take the right elbow down, extended side angle. You might take the elbow onto that right knee. You might take the hand to the inside or outside of the foot. If you're taking it down, consider your hips. If it feels like you're kind of sticking your booty out, then see if you can scoop that right hip underneath you a little more. Open the heart to the sky. Nice. Fully breathe in. And fully breathe out. Come all the way up to warrior two. Bend into your left knee, right leg straightens as you drop the hips all the way down to the floor. So I'm just going to turn around so I can see you. So your left knee is bent, your right leg is long. You are seated. Yes. Try to sit up nice and tall. Sometimes what helps is to wrap that left arm around the front of that shin and release the fingers and use that hugging action to squeeze the thigh to the belly, sit up taller. Right hand to your left ankle. Maybe you stay right here, kind of creating this compression, exploring that space that you can create there, or left arm sweeps up. You might take a big side stretch here. And of course, you might be somewhere in between, and that is a perfect place to be. Keep pressing that left heel and outer left foot into the mat, opening the knee. Good. Take one more breath again. Shine the heart. Come on up. And here's where we get a little We'll see how it goes, kind of thing. Hands can be on the floor or they can float. Sometimes I like to use my hands to get the momentum, to rock up, lift the hips, hands forward. And then maybe they come down to lift into a wide-legged forward fold. Take the hips high, feet are parallel of the upper body. Just kind of drift down to the floor. Your hands may be on the floor. You might have your forearms down. Fully just allow the breath to take control here. Where can you soften? Where can you just be? Make your way back to the front of the mat. Inhale for a flat back and then walk it around. Plant the hands. Step back. Maybe you flow. Maybe you're just moving into a down dog. Maybe you come into child's pose for a breath. Very nice. And again, land here, observe here. What are some habitual thought patterns that are cropping up here? Can you feel your form? Can you notice the energy, where it might be stagnant, where it might be flowing free inside of your body? One more lion's breath. Inhale deeply. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue, let it go. Left leg high, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Back heel down, rise up, warrior one. And exhale, hands back behind your hips. Opening through the heart, big breath. And as you exhale, pick up the back heel, float into your warrior three. Check on your hips. Keeping the arms as they are. Come on upright. Maybe the right knee is bent. Maybe you extend the heel straight out in front of you. How would it feel to be out of balance in slow motion here? Release the hands, arms up high, breathe in. Feel that space you just created. And exhale, right foot comes back. Open up, warrior two. Take what you need, feel what you feel. Soften the shoulders, steady the gaze beyond those left fingertips. Flip the front palm, reverse it, breathe it in. And exhale, side angle, left elbow or the hand, making contact with the contact of the earth. Notice that energy, connection. Breathing it in, breathing it out. Come on, back up, big windmill, up and over, finding that side lunge, but really slowly taking the hips all the way down. Nice control, yes. And again, try to sit up even taller, really use your body to support yourself. And maybe this is a great place to just stay and explore the sensations. Maybe you want to take that left hand to the right ankle and sweep it up, 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 over. Keep driving that right outer foot into the mat so that the knee can open out. Keep drawing the chest toward the sky. How would it feel to be able to breathe a little bit more freely here? So if you find that constriction or stagnation of energy, how can you adjust to create more space? Beautiful. Start to release. Hands reaching out. And really activating here from the ground up, lifting up. And then using the hands to make your way to that wide-legged fold, heel toning the feet to, make them parallel, make them as wide as you want. And you've got some time here to explore a little bit of movement, any inversion, or really get deeper into the stillness here. Maybe 5 breath cycles. So give yourself everything that you desire in this moment. Yeah, looks like it feels good, Lisa. And then when you're done exploring here, take your time. You're in no hurry. You'll find that long spine, flat back, and start walking your way to the front of the mat, stepping back and flowing through. Landing in your downward facing dog. Breathe it fully in. Let it all go. Inhale high onto both feet. Exhale, bend the knees and step or float your feet to the top of the mat. Flat back on your inhale. Exhale, fold it in, soften. Any bind here that is really calling to you, you can take the hands again back behind the hips. Grab hold of opposite elbows. You could even take the fingers interlaced behind your neck for some little added lengthening here. Heel to the feet so that they're about hip distance apart. Release your fingertips to the mat. Bend into the knees so that you can flatten your back and feel very grounded into both feet. Get your hips in line with your shoulders. So you might need to kind of move a little bit in space to find kind of where that is in your body. Your fingertips are grounded. And then we'll take the right hand to the right hip. Really dig it into that hip crease so that you can keep a hold of it as your left peace fingers come to your left big toe. Broaden the chest. Sink the hips down even lower. And as you come to stand up, try to bring that left foot with you. Allow yourself to come out of balance on the way, but try to come back in. So even if you're kind of in this like halfway place of like, doing that like little, I don't know what that is with the feet where we just kind of shuffle around the place. You can get into that space and then out of it on your own, and then come to stand all the way up. Extend that left heel straight out in front of you. Take the right hand up to the sky. And we're going to cross it to the outside of your left foot. So if you can't reach it for any reason, you know, for whatever reason, you might bend into your left knee. And again, check your balance and then try to come back in. Sit up taller. And then if you can keep the hands there, that's great. If not, let it go and just let that left foot come to cross into a figure four. Sink the hips back and down. And you can use your hands, you can take them all the way down. Just kind of let go of that need to control here, especially the balancing and the hips. That outer right hip might be having some words right now. Start to come all the way back up. Don't put your left foot down. We're gonna hug the left knee in. And we're moving to dancer. So line the knees up. Left heel draws in toward the glute. And you might stay right here working on that hamstring strengthener. Right hand might come up to the sky, left hand might come to the inside of the foot. Either stay, ground, or slowly start to kick into the foot. Hinge forward and take all the time you need, pausing on the inhale, exhaling to go further. And don't wait for me to come out, like do so on your own, with your own control. Very nice, yes. Oh, and like just shake it out. You know, like look. That's a lot. So let go of that whole side. You can do that with just coming to stand, or you can even take a full kind of vinyasa plank, up dog, down dog. Whatever kind of allows you to wipe the slate clean in your heart, in your body, in your mind. And inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, take a fold. All meeting in a forward fold at the top of the mat. Bending into the knees, again, lowering the hips in line with the shoulders. So you know where we're headed on this side, really, you know, don't wait for my cue unless you kind of forgot what's coming next, which is understandable. But feel free to kind of explore this idea of moving yourself into and out of balance, regulating your own sense of nervous system. Left hand comes to your left hip. As you come to stand up, slowly just pick up the right foot. Be where you are and be at peace in that moment. Like, you know, there's no like shape to get to here. It is about the curiosity of balance. So use your breath with control. Extend the heel out. Maybe you stay here. Keep trying to draw that right shoulder back and in line with the other one. Maybe the left hand comes all the way up and over. Steady the breath. With control, when you're ready, start to make your way to figure four. Taking the hips back, moving at a steady pace, coming only as low as you want to go. And if you fall out, kind of really give yourself a little grace. It's hard. And then, so as we come up, taking your time again, come all the way up. Try not to put the right foot down, but rather shift away from figure 4. Maybe even hugging the knee in just to square off the hips. And take the knees in line. Setting up for dancer, or this expression of like lifting and grounding and pushing and pulling, of nothing really grabbing onto anything at all. And if you take that leap forward, do it with your own sense of stability, your own sense of knowing that it's all good. It's all information. Nice. Yeah. Ugh, let's shake it out. Okay. Inhale, take the hands up. Exhale, fold it down. Flat back on your inhale. And exhale, step back, plank pose. Pause here at the top. Moving into side plank. And now this is another kind of play on how can you check your balance. So we're not coming all the way into side plank, but rather somewhere in between. So as you start to shift the hips over and come to the outside of the right foot, maybe the left foot comes off the ground, maybe the left hand comes off the ground, but try to check on where in the in-between can you stabilize. And how can you use your breath to do that? Very nice. Yes. And now with control, we're just slowly shifting over to the other side. So come to the center, take what you need. And if the other side is like, oh, this might be kind of weird, I'll try it out, like go with that. Very cool. Back to center on your own terms. Yes. And meet us all in downward facing dog, however you like to get there. Inhale, come high onto the toes, roll the body forward to plank pose. Come down onto your forearms. So with your forearms to the earth, you can put your hands on the mat. You could also bring your hands together and make kind of a more stable base by making a little triangle with your hands and your elbows. Whichever one feels most stable to you, get into that space and then float the right foot up. What would it take for you to be able to soften your heart even here? Take a breath in, extend out through that right heel. And as you exhale, bring the right knee to your right tricep. Inhale, sweep it back. Lower the toes and just switch over to the left. Keep pressing the heart away from the floor, the tailbone down toward the heels. Soften the breath, unclench your jaw. Knee to the left tricep. Inhale to extend. Lower the toes, lower the hips. Sphinx pose. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Grip the mat with your palms, your fingertips. Lift up through the crown of the head. And as you exhale, elbows come wide, lower the forehead all the way down. maybe even making a pillow with your hands. Breathe deeply into your belly, sending that signal of safety and security to your nervous system. That, you know, we take it into and out of all of these balancing postures and connection of one shape to the next with a sense of agitating it in a controlled manner so that we can soften it when we need. Steady inhale, steady exhale. At a count here, inhale to 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Return the breath. Notice what you notice. Take the hands underneath your shoulders. Press the hips back to the heels, child's pose. And explore here. Maybe there's movement. Maybe it's just a nice, subtle and gentle rocking of the hips or the arms or the shoulders. Take one last big lion's breath here. Deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, stick out the tongue. Begin to make your way onto your back. Take your time to get there. Move in any, kind of fashion on your way. And try to do it with just a little bit more presence than you might maybe when you're, tossing while you're sleeping. Beautiful. Arms come out wide, hug the knees to the chest. Rocking side to side. Now bring your feet to the mat. Arms down by your sides, palms plant into the earth. Reach your fingertips toward your heels. Press the heels in as you tuck the tailbone, lift and lengthen here, coming into your favorite bridge. Nice and slow. Maybe you come into the highest bridge you've ever done. Maybe you're somewhere in between in this still exploring space of unsteadiness. How is your throat? Do you feel stuck energy in your chest or your jaw? What would you adjust in your body to create more space and ease? And slowly lower the hips down. Walk the feet as wide as the mat and allow the knees to fall into each other. Or if you prefer, taking the knees wide and the feet together. Let yourself land here. Allow yourself to check in. And feel your form, again, your physical body being held by the mat, by the floor beneath the mat, by whatever is between your floor and the center of the earth, all the different layers. And with the next few moments, begin to prepare yourself for Shavasana or move right on in. Anything is welcome. Happy baby, reclined twist, feet up. And if you are ready and feeling called deeper into that stillness, then give that to yourself. You deserve it. It is no more than you need. When you finally allow yourself to land, give a full body scan. Paying attention to your attention. Notice the thought patterns. If there is a stimulation and response, can you pause between and make a informed decision to soften even more? If you would enjoy finishing your practice today with a seated meditation, please feel free to deepen your breath, begin inviting some movement in, making your way onto one side and up into your seat. You can also just stay exactly where you are. One other option that feels like it's calling me to invite for some reason tonight is if you have a pen and paper nearby and you'd like to write down any thoughts, you can do so. But this time, or bring yourself into whatever shape for your seated meditation. You can fold your hands in your lap. Maybe even open the palms to the sky if you feel like you could use a little reception. Grounding the palms to the thighs if you want to contain your energy. Return to the softening of your breath and of the heart space. One thing that came as a shock to me when I learned is that it's okay if you start to slouch a little bit in your meditation. It's not, doesn't mean that you are doing it wrong. If you find yourself with the rounding spine, try not to force yourself out of it. Just gently use the breath to return to the length. Again, there is no forcing, no fixing, only experience and observing. Begin to deepen your breath. Call your senses back home. Notice the sounds that you hear, the way the air feels on your skin. Notice, even if your eyes are closed, notice the quality of light in the room you are in. You're going to gather the palms together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Thank yourself for showing up today. I certainly thank you for sharing your practice with me. It is such an honor. My light bows to yours.